What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. You join me in today's episode where we are going to be diving into the latest content drop and update for Assetto Corsa EVO. So as promised, guys, Assetto Corsa EVO dropped a content drop a couple days ago along with an update. And although I know we're all excited about the content drop, which includes 2 new vehicles and a brand new track, I'm more excited about the actual update. We have gone now onto version 0.1.6 and I want to discuss what that's brought to the game so far. The game has brought a bunch of fixes. They list the problems that they have solved here, there. I'd like to just give you my input as I shot a video a week ago and I can see some improvements, but in certain places I can see things that haven't changed or even worse than before. Starting with a great improvement is that over in your academy under the license section, you can now earn a lot of money doing this and repeating this process. And this money, of course, you're going to use to either renting vehicles or buying vehicles. So that was a huge step up for me. Little bug fixes I picked up, certain buttons, although mapped from the steering wheel, could not work before but are suddenly working now. So it's little things like that. Another thing I have noticed is a lot more stabilization on my side with regards to online and offline mode. The game seems to be staying online, I'd say, for 90% of the time, whereas before it would constantly go offline. So they've obviously worked on something there. However, I will say I have noticed in the week things have changed with regards to my triple screen optimization setup. Unfortunately, I have now lost about 5 to 10 frames on every kind of track layout or race we can think of. I don't know what's changed in this update. I know that there are constantly going to be updates, but guys, just be warned that when updating to this, not that you have much of a choice, certain things might not work as smooth as they did before. These things will constantly change on every update. I'm hoping that the triple screen and VR optimization might even be better on the next round because yeah, things have gotten slightly worse for me on my triple screen setup since the previous version. So let's talk content, guys. So what's very exciting is that they've introduced a brand new track, the Fuji Speedway, which we all know and love. And they've given us 2 variations of it, the standard length GP version and then the shortened version, I suppose, if you want to use slower cars or etc. Both awesome. Looks stunning, but not gonna lie, and other YouTubers have mentioned this and I've now picked this up myself. It almost feels like they have lowered the graphic capabilities of this raceway, and maybe it is because it's got a lot of detail around the track and it's also probably the longest track we have so far out of our track options, I think. It's still stunning, but it is weird how it does look a little bit more cartoon or animated in certain places than some of the other tracks we have. I'm sure that'll be optimized in the future as well. I've noticed a few gremlins as I go around this corner here. You can see over the horizon weird black lines appearing, etc. This might not happen to any of you. Maybe it's a personal problem with my setup, but this is not happening on any other track. So yeah. Otherwise, the track is brilliant. What else have they dropped? Well, they've dropped 2 new vehicles, guys. Starting with the Lancia Delta. And in this, we get a couple versions, the Evo 2, Evo 3, Concept, etc. And what an awesome car. I mean, this was a brilliant car in real life way back in the day. All-wheel drive, fun little sporty hot hatch. And yeah, it cuts through on the game. Manual shifter, you know, no fancy features, just you in the vehicle, and it feels fantastic. I've taken it around Brands Hatch and a few other places. You can really rip this thing and throw it into corners, and it does a little bit of a power slide being all-wheel drive. Such a fun thing, but what I love is that the force feedback, it actually does feel like I'm driving an older hot hatch from back in the day. They really have done a good job here. This is what's pulling people into Assetto Corsa, in my opinion, the most, is knowing how good the handling model is, or knowing how far it can go going in the future. So yeah, fun little car here, not afraid to thrash it, shifting through the gears, absolutely love it, and yeah, paying homage to the good old days of the old hot hatches we loved and knew. Then, of course, what probably most of us were waiting for is the Lamborghini Huracan STO, and what a car. Of course, I've never driven one of these in real life, guys, but honestly, if I knew nothing better, this feels like the real deal. I'm blown away by what this feels like. Also, just a few levels of customization they have allowed us to do, different color schemes. Think of the customization as OEM. Whatever, you know, Lamborghini probably could offer with regards to paint or bumper style, etc., or rim choices, it's really going to be manufacturer choices of mods and customization. But still, nonetheless, stunning. Make this Lambo yours. And yeah, after taking it for a spin around Fuji Speedway, I'm blown away. Between this and the Porsche is probably the closest thing we have to GT racing so far on the early access or demo of this game, and wow, what a car. The force feedback, it feels incredible. The braking, the power, and the sound. I mean, we've all driven some form of the Hurricane in other games, but the sound, it just feels so violent in a good way in your ears. I'm blown away. I love it. Of course, I've never driven one of these in real life, but someone who's, you know, gets to drive their dream cars in the comfort of their living room, this feels as good as it can get, and I'm absolutely in love. So, overall opinion, this was a good update, nice little content drop for us. Let's be fair, they probably had these cars and Fuji Raceway Speedway waiting. They just decided to release it, but it's very clever how they are doing this and keeping us intrigued and interested, and things can only improve from here. The update fixed a lot of bugs, a lot of fixes. I think that's probably the most important thing here. Certain other issues may have creeped in, like I've discovered a slight issue in frame drops now suddenly, which I didn't have before. But all in all, I'm confident this is going to be a great game. Appreciating what they've done. It looks stunning. We're gonna get there. And yeah, here's to really diving into the the Lamborghini. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads, as there's going to be lots more sim content going forward, especially as AC EVO develops. Stay tuned, guys. Thanks again.